The 1960s brought us some of the most beautiful and powerful cars ever created, defining automotive excellence for generations to come. In this episode, we explore 10 classics from 1960s classic cars. Each car tells a different story: design, engineering, culture, and the small details that make oldtimers feel alive. The car that created the pony car segment and became an instant American icon. Built during 1964 to 1966, the Ford Mustang represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Introduced April 17, 1964 at the World's Fair, selling over 22,000 units on the first day. Lee Iacocca led development with a target price under $2,500 to appeal to young buyers. Based on Ford Falcon platform with modified unibody construction. Original engine options range from 170 cubic inch six-cylinder to 289 V8. Over 1 million units sold in first 18 months, exceeding all projections, featured long hood, short deck proportions that define the pony car formula. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car ever made when it debuted at Geneva. Built during 1961-1975, the Jaguar E-Type represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Featured independent rear suspension derived from D-Type race car. Initial 3.8-litre XK inline-six produced 265 horsepower. Aerodynamic design achieved 150 miles per hour top speed with Series 1 models. Monocoque construction in front, tubular frame at rear. Cost less than half the price of comparable Ferraris at launch. Series 1 models built 1961 to 1968 are most collectible variants. Disc brakes on all four wheels were advanced for 1961. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. The split-window 1963 coupe became the most iconic Corvette design ever produced. Built during 1963-1967, the Chevrolet Corvette Sting Ray represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. C2 generation introduced concealed headlights and independent rear suspension. Split rear window appeared only on 1963 Coupe, discontinued after 1 year. 327 cubic inch small block V8 available with up to 375 horsepower. Stingray name inspired by Bill Mitchell's Racing Special and Mako Shark. Side exhaust option introduced in 1965 became legendary performance feature. Lightweight 1967 L88 race version produced 560 plus horsepower. Coupe featured removable roof panels, pioneering T-top configuration. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. The rear-engine sports car that defied conventional wisdom and defined Porsche for decades. Built during 1964 to 1969, the Porsche 911 represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Replaced the 356 with 2.0-litre flat-six, producing 130 horsepower. Ferdinand Porsche 3 designed iconic shape with near-perfect proportions. Original designation was 901, changed due to Peugeot trademark. Torsion bar suspension and rear weight bias created unique handling. 911S introduced in 1967 with 160 horsepower and Fuchs wheels. 5-speed manual transmission standard across range. Air-cooled engine and basic layout remained until 1998. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Only 36 were built, and it became the most valuable car ever sold at auction. Built during 1962-1964, the Ferrari 250 GTO represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Developed for GT racing homologation with 3.0-litre Colombo V12, produced 300 horsepower with 6 Weber carburetors. Tipo 168-62 engine featured dry sump lubrication. Independent front suspension, live rear axle with Watts linkage. Won GT class at Le Mans and Tour de France multiple times, body designed by Giotto Bizzarini and refined by Sergio Scaglietti. One example sold for $70 million in private sale. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. James Bond's Goldfinger car made this Grand Tourer a global cinema icon. Built during 1963-1965, the Aston Martin DB5 represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. 4.0-litre inline-six produced 282 horsepower with triple SU carburetors, featured ZF 5-speed manual or Borg-Warner automatic transmission, superleggera construction with aluminum panels over tubular frame. Top speed of 145 miles per hour made it one of fastest production cars. Only 1,021 units produced during 3-year production run. DB5 designation honored David Brown, owner of Aston Martin. Silver birch example in Goldfinger featured gadgets by special effects team. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Carroll Shelby stuffed Ford's biggest V8 into a lightweight British roadster to create a legend. Built during 1965 to 1967, the Shelby Cobra 427 represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. 427 cubic inch Ford FE big block produced up to 425 horsepower. AC Ace chassis heavily modified with wider fenders and reinforced frame. Weighed approximately 2,500 pounds for extraordinary power-to-weight ratio. Top speed exceeded 160 miles per hour with competition models reaching 185 miles per hour. Semi-competition models featured side exhaust and no bumpers. Only 348 Street 427 models built during production. Aluminum body retained from original AC Ace design. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. The first true supercar placed its V12 transversely behind the driver for revolutionary mid-engine layout. Built during 1966 to 1973, the Lamborghini Miura represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. 3.9-litre Bizzarini-designed V12 mounted transversely behind cockpit. Marcello Gandini at Bertoni created sensational bodywork. P400 initial version produced 350 horsepower. Eyelash headlight design became signature styling element. Chassis designed by Gianpaolo De Lara, suspension by Paolo Stanzani, top speed of 170 miles per hour made it world's fastest production car. Name honored fighting bull breed from Spanish ranch. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. The concave hardtop inspired the Pagoda nickname for this elegant grand touring roadster. Built during 1963 to 1971, the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL Pagoda represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Replaced 100 SL and 300 SL with unified W113 platform 2.8-litre inline-six produced 180 horsepower in final iteration. Paul Brack designed distinctive concave hardtop and clean bodywork. First sports car with safety-focused crumple zones, four-wheel disc brakes, and independent suspension throughout. Automatic transmission available, unusual for European sports cars. Total W113 production reached 48,912 units across all engine sizes. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Chrysler's fastback muscle car combined aggressive styling with Hemi power. Built during 1966-1967, the Dodge Charger represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Built on Chrysler B-body platform shared with Coronet, fastback roofline featured distinctive full-width hidden headlights. 426 Hemi engine option produced 425 horsepower. Interior featured 4 bucket seats with full-length console. 1966 model featured unusual flip-up headlight covers. Aerodynamic design influenced by wind tunnel testing. 1967 redesign improved rear styling and visibility. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Pininfarina's boat-tail Spider became an icon after starring in The Graduate. Built during 1966-1969, the Alfa Romeo Spider Duetto represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. powered by 1.6-litre twin-cam four-cylinder producing 109 horsepower. Distinctive round boat-tail design by Pininfarina lasted 3 years. Duetto name chosen through Italian magazine competition. Featured 5-speed manual transmission and 4-wheel disc brakes. Lightweight construction with total weight under 2,400 pounds. Twin Weber carburetors provided responsive throttle. Dustin Hoffman drove Alfa Spider in 1967 film The Graduate. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. The car that started the muscle car revolution by dropping a big V8 into a mid-sized body. Built during 1964 and 1967, the Pontiac GTO represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Created by John DeLorean as option package on Tempest Le Mans. 389 cubic inch V8 initially produced 325 348 horsepower. 1964 sales reached 32,000 units, far exceeding 5,000 target. Tri-power carburetor option added 3 two-barrel carburetors. Name borrowed from Ferrari 250 GTO, meaning Gran Turismo Omologato. Became standalone model in 1966 after massive success. Ram Air 400 engine introduced in 1967 with functional hood scoops. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Japan's affordable sports car challenged European dominance with straight 6 power and elegant design. Built during 1969 to 1973, the Datsun 240Z represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. 2.4-litre inline-6 produced 151 horsepower with twin carburetors, designed by Yoshihiko Matsuo with influence from Albrecht Goetz. Independent rear suspension unusual for affordable sports car, priced at $3,526, substantially less than comparable European cars. Became best-selling sports car in America by early 1970s. Unibody construction kept weight to 2,355 pounds. Long hood, short deck proportions echoed E-Type styling. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. The compact sports sedan that launched BMW's reputation as the ultimate driving machine. Built during 1968 to 1976, the BMW 2002 represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. 2.0-litre M10 four-cylinder produced 100 horsepower in standard form, based on 1600-2 but with larger engine and sportier tuning. Independent suspension front and rear with semi-trailing arms. Turbo version introduced in 1973 as Europe's first turbocharged production car. Weighed only 2,130 pounds for nimble handling, 4-wheel disc brakes standard on later models. Single-round headlight design became BMW's signature. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. Warner Brothers cartoon character helped create the budget muscle car formula. Built during 1968 to 1969, the Plymouth Road Runner represents the engineering priorities and driving culture of its time. Based on intermediate Belvedere with stripped interior to reduce cost. 383 cubic inch V8 standard, 426 Hemi optional. Priced at $2,896 to undercut competition by significant margin. Beep beep horn mimicked cartoon Roadrunner sound. Sold 44,599 units in first year, exceeding all projections. Air grabber hood scoop manually operated from dashboard. Cartoon decals and minimalist trim kept costs down. Today, it stands out as a collectible oldtimer because it combines period character, mechanical personality, and a story enthusiasts still care about. These 15 legendary machines define the 1960s as the golden age of automotive design, when style and performance reached new heights. Whether you prefer compact sports saloons, elegant coupes, or long-distance Autobahn machines, this group captures why classic cars remain so fascinating.